Alright, here's the majority of my foil Japanese bulk. Got another box somewhere that I can't find at the moment, but nothing too crazy should be in that. And then there's some very low stuff stuck in bulk boxes, but here we go. The first few pages here aren't really Japanese excess, it's just filler. This should hopefully be mostly legible. There we go, now we're approaching the bulk section, or I guess trades. Kind of just put stuff that I like the look of in this binder for when I take it to Yu-Gi-Oh! Locals and stuff to show off Duel Masters art. Start going a little quicker. That's the binder. I think I've got another binder in this room too, but it's mostly Shobu era, like deck building stuff. Somewhere. Just moved, so everything's a bit of a mess. But this should all be, almost all be foils. There's some other random stuff that recently got put in, but it is sorted by color. At least it was. Might be jumbled in a few spots. Yeah, I got a little out of order here. It's not really sorted, so it's just all over the place. I plan on sorting it here in the near future, but I've just been so busy. So I should be in a different bulk. This one also somehow got mixed in. Feels thick. Nope, no, it's just one card. I don't know how those got mixed in. It's gonna take longer than I thought. Kind of underestimated how much there was. I guess, yeah. Underestimated how long it would take to get through it. I'll speed it up a little bit. You should be able to pause if you see something that interests you. My phone's almost dead. There we go. There's the end of the lights. Cyber 8 Irons is a pretty fun card. I don't know how that got mixed in. Go ahead and start grabbing those out as I see them. Another one that got mixed in. Almost halfway through box one. The other box is a little bit bigger. I think I'm approaching the end of the blue. I'm seeing some green peek through. Yep, there we go. There's the last blue. Now we're on to the nature section. One of these days I want to build snow fairies. think most of what you were looking for is in the fire section. Back to water for 2 cards. Almost done with box 1. Final stack of box 1. Alright, there's box 1. Yeah, I'll just keep that here. Alright, there we go. Let's see, do I have any in this or this? Nope. This one's tight. I think this one has a few English cards since I brought this to Gen Con and tossed a few things here and there. Let's grab this out as I see them. We are now in the fire. Oops. Mirror Force Dragon. Got a little out of order here. You hear some of the English stuff that got mixed in, it looks like, or English relevant stuff. I don't know how that other got with that, but deconstructed pre-con. Try to speed this up. My phone's about dead. Just that lighting a bit. Hopefully that should be a little better. Try to speed this up some more before I run out of battery. Getting there. Now in the zero sieve or colorless section for the past few cards. I see a doppelganger. We're approaching the fire again. Let's see. Getting there. Half a box to go. We're holding these cards up at this like weird angle where it's like parallels. Kind of a workout. Peek. Got one of those signed somewhere. I think it's in a deck box. Well, technically a few signed, but I think one foil signed. I used to have a stack of at least like 30 or 40 of the butt card. But I've slowly just gave one out anytime I'd sell cards, or frequently when I'd sell cards. Bullshark Dragon. Alright, we're getting there. Try to speed back up. So I'm looking at my phone at 8%. My phone's been dying very quick recently. I started this at just over 20. So we're back to the multi-sieve. Probably got a whole playset of the double cross Zeta. Camera's starting to act up. I think I'm below 5%. Right at 5. Let's see, it's going to be a race against the clock today. Medius. To apologize for the speed here towards the end. This is all sorts of unsorted now, or out of organized. I'll deal with that later. Hope it looks good on camera in the recording. You know, sometimes it looks different than it does in my preview. We cross card, but Cocolupia. Feels thick. Oh yeah, there's 2 cards. Alright, final stack. It's a big stack, but it's the final one. That's mainly English stuff. Here forward, I think that's the end of it, yeah. Let's glance, make sure there's nothing else hiding at the end. Few things. There we go, I made it to the end without the phone dying. I'll resort this later. But let me know if there's anything in there that you need or want to trade for. 99% of this is up for trade. Hope you have a good one. Gonna end this here right before the phone dies. Alright, thanks for watching.